All right. So I have a question to you. Are you kind of a frog, or some of you are a frog? And if you are a frog, what kind of frog you are? Before I talk.
GK, 90% of the businesses fail in the first year of their starting. Isn't it terrible?
Yeah, but then this is actually better because at least they know that they are in a water which is hot. What about those people, those frogs who don't know that the water is going to get so hot that they are not going to sustain themselves?
Know many such frogs personally in my life. And before the monsoon has come, these frogs are striving hard to beat the summer season, right? It's really difficult because, when it comes to coaching and training business, the fight is even stronger, right? The fight is even not 10, 90%. I will say not 99% fail in that. What do you say? Yeah.
So in fact, most of the time, what I have seen that these 99% of businesses get failed in the initial 5 years itself. What are your
Because they are just doing, busy. They have to, for some time, solve on the marketing. Then immediately they change their shoes and they go into the sales shoes. Then they're going into the editing mode. Then everything they only have to do right now. So they are just doing, busy, and they are caught up.
Yes, and if they are caught up and not able to handle a team, you just imagine it is going to be a big failure because with the limited bandwidth and our two hands and two legs and a physical strength, we cannot escalate because the only way to go long enough is what do you say? What is the only way to go long enough?
Yeah, and there's a fellow frogs, no, they are very good in laying eggs. No, when the rainy season comes, they lay eggs in abundance. But how many of their eggs hatch up into tadpoles is a big question mark. Are there enough insects to eat? Are there right amount of water in the pond? Right. Somehow they are in so much of doing mode that they are not seeing what's going on, how's the weather changing around them, and how they have to change. Yeah, the frog story continues.
Yes, and in fact, what exactly happens, this frog, okay, to you denoted as a, self-claimed expert, as well as coaches, consultant, and trainers. They're doing everything by their own self. For what reason? To make some money, right? Thinking that they have become self-claimed entrepreneur. And this is boiling. Okay, boiling, and one fine day, just like a frog in a boiling water, which is gradually getting boiled, they give up.
These technicians have seizures that they are entrepreneurs. They proudly name as entrepreneurs. But I don't think so. If you only have to go to your self company job, you are having your own, like I'm a doctor, guys. I have to go into my own clinic. I have to only treat patients. I have to only fill the medicine bottles. I have to only on my AC. I am an employee in my own job, guys.
Yes, and this is the trap of being a super specialist. Yes, it's a trap because the more you specialize, the more you constrict yourself, your own
Yeah,
neck, because then nobody
these
can replace you.
these frogs,
Yes.
if they go out and they find one insect, they think that, oh, they turn into princess. But they aren't doing anything to create an environment. There are many insects out there so that they can eat every day, right? There's no one insect in the mouth and say, oh, I'm so fortunate, I'm so blessed. And they feel now the good golden days have come, as if the summer is never going to come up. They hardly prepare. No, they are not like squirrels who gather up nuts during the winter.
But
They
Abhishek, how
are,
will they get time to prepare? They're completely
oh,
into doing mode. When they will get time to be being for
right,
being.
right. They have to create their own ponds. Dig. Let the water fill in. Then that is the way. But these frogs are only after just one insect at a time.
Have they taken a blank piece of paper? Do they have a beginner's mind? They're just following the herd. How are they going to do it?
They are just frogs, no? They're just living in the moment and living in the now and living in, and when the time will come, they will die in the now also.
And dreaming about, as if those insect, whatever you said, are just like a carrot kept in front of you in a uniform distance, thinking that one fine day you will reach and grab that and you will be able to eat that. But what happens?
Yeah, so that is it. Like everybody is following the follower. And who the follower is following? another follower. And as Earl Nightingale says, the biggest problem is not cowardice, it is conformity.
Yes.
Everybody is conforming to a standard which was set long back, which is not relevant in today's age.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can see many of these species go into long hibernation, right? When they are bereft of their ideas, when they have drained all the money, the own I know connection, then they go into hibernation and they sleep for 10 months. And then finally they think when the season will be right, I'll again come up. That never happens. That never.
They are all colleagues are in that firefighting mode right now. They solve this problem, then they go to the next problem. Completely firefighting mode. And they are hibernating. They are not getting things completed.
They are getting confused as if everything is system for them and they are not reaching towards the actual system, and that can be provided by the only experts. And why they adapt that? Because they want to help to people who are literally seeking for the help, want to come out of those boiling water. They are not able to jump. As you remember last time we were talking about ESBI, those employee trying to become self-employed, trying to become business owner, and they are trying to become investor as well, but they don't have clue. Do you think they do have about it?
Yes. Yeah, so this ESBI formula, which we were actually discussing even last time, is about actually jumping from the left side of the quadrant. Like we have employees and self-employed on the left side, and on the right side, okay, which is businesses and investors. Okay, and today, like since there is a big market for e-learning, which is going to come in India, and India is just looking upon this big opportunity. It is very crucial for each and everyone to understand this, because if you are a trainer, coach, or a professional of any kind, okay, you need to understand business. You need to understand what
You know, the
system.
School
the
system never
frog
taught us this.
community, the frog community was facing the biggest problem of its lifetime because the marketing costs were too high in the real world. Now with the COVID, I'll say vitamin COVID. Why is the vitamin COVID? Because the vitamin COVID gave birth to internet technologies, right? It made advertising on Google's and this easier. Now any frog can jump in, no? Any frog can jump in and market themselves. That's a big change. Let's see who can turn themselves from frog into princess. That's
Abhishek,
the
problem is that we all have beautiful cameras right now. It's almost like 100 megapixel cameras. Any damn person is right now shooting right now. But we want real coaches, we want real leaders because education system had failed. So
we
who is going
need.
to teach them?
Yeah, we need
We
frogs.
people.
We need frogs who can ask critical questions. They can do critical thinking. They are sensitive to changes around them. They can be good team leaders. They are good leadership skills. That kinds of
Yes.
frogs are we needed. That kinds of frogs we need to become ourselves, right? So that we can learn to live in a community and grow as a community. That is what is
In
needed.
fact, you are thinking that you can add value to those people who are literally in pain, seeking the real help, and you can provide the help. Go genuinely if you are out of the help. And then only I believe that you can do that. And imagine if these are bringing the insights just within 15 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
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 Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
and
I'll say, I have a message to all the frogs around. Charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. First,
yes, and
you solve your own free problems, then you can solve others' problem. It doesn't work other way around. All right.
yes,
Solve your
and
problems, build yourself up, then you can definitely solve others' problem and you'll create a better society. So that was all the frog story today coming from us on coaches and training. That was a satirical on the coaches and coaching and training community, and also on the leadership that leaders are creating only frogs. They are not creating princes like this. So that is the term. When we turn into someone big and great, we turn into princes. We turn our frogs into princes, not into another frogs. That's the challenge for the day. That's thank you so much joining for us. Do leave your comments and all, and we love to read it. And I'll have to say, with due empathy and regards to each other, the frog is each one of us. We don't have to wait for the rainy season to be happy. We can be happy anytime we choose to be. And that's us. Thank you so much for joining the session. Thank you very much.
One thing I just wanted to before we wrap up, I wanted to say that experts, if you are listening, and audience, if you are listening, you have to come together and solve each other's problem.
Yes, let's do this.
Yes. Yes. And every frog needs a coach. Yes.
What kind of frog you are?
I'm on a mission to turn frogs into princes.
Oh, wonderful. That's all. Great.
High five.
Hey, that's